PGurus channel. I'm your host, Sri Iyer. Today we have Sri TG Mohandas back again, and we're going to talk about a couple of controversies. One was the train fire incident. What was thought of as an accident actually now is under investigation by the National Investigative Agency with a terrorism angle, perhaps. That's why they came in. And also the recent Vande Bharat controversy in Kerala. To know all about this and more, let's welcome our guest of the evening, Sri T.G. Mohandas. Mohandas ji, namaskaram and welcome to PGurus channel.
Namaskaram. Happy to see you again.
Sir, the pleasure is all ours.
Today?
I'm sorry?
What is on our agenda today?
Our agenda is two things, sir. We are going to look at why the NIA felt it necessary to probe the train fire incident and also the Vande Bharat controversy. Kind of walk us through all that stuff, sir. And viewers, we will take questions. Ask TG, I think, is a hashtag. So go ahead, sir.
Yeah, both are funny things in Kerala. You see, some 15 days back, one 𝙒𝙗𝙦 from Shaheen Bagh, New Delhi, came to Kerala and attempted to burn a running train at night around 9:20 p.m., where people were slowly falling into sleep. There was no big rush in coaches. The train entered a bridge and he sprayed petrol and tried to ignite the whole body. It is as if he was going to repeat a Godra, but irrespective of any religious connotations. Three people jumped out of the running train and they died instantaneously, but found later on, after a few hours only, people could find them. By the time it was early morning, 3 o'clock or so, the news went out through television channels and social media. So people started searching for their relatives who were traveling by that train, who contacted them over phone and told them that I am coming to station at such and such time. Please come and pick me up, etc. So one gentleman, one lady, and one child, they jumped out of the train and they died. Almost, it must be instantaneously. This is what has happened. Now around 7 people pulled the chain to stop the train, and it came to a screeching halt. And then police interfered and the investigation started. The fellow was caught from Ratnagiri in Maharashtra. Now, Ratnagiri is a far-off place. How can somebody come to nearby Kozhikode, burn the train, and go back to Ratnagiri? That itself was puzzling. But then in Ratnagiri, he was caught by Maharashtra ATS. Maharashtra anti-terrorism squad, Kerala anti-terrorism squad, and UP anti-terrorism squad were involved in the operation. And finally, the fellow was caught within 48 hours. Maharashtra ATS caught him and handed over to Kerala police. Now, such a terrorist act is to be investigated by National Investigation Agency, that is NIA. But NIA did not act. NIA said, we are closely watching what is that Kerala police is doing on this. Kerala police said, we are closely investigating as to why this man came here, who supported him, whether there was some local support. It was all evident because he was carrying homemade food in Calicut, Kozhikode. So it was clear that somebody prepared food for him, somebody gave him shelter, somebody operated outside, somebody picked him up, and they took him to some other place. From there, he boarded some other train and he went to Maharashtra on his way to either Delhi or UP or even Bihar. Nobody knows. There are several news on that. This is a clear terrorism act. It did not fructify, and the passengers had only providential escape. Very small burnings here and there. And mysteriously, or fortunately, the train, the coach did not burn. like what happened in Godhra. The fire did not spread. It extinguished on its own after burning 3 or 4 seats. And the people moved through vestibules to next bogies. So everybody was safe. So though the act could not fructify, the act in itself and the conspiracy behind that is a terrorist act. NIA should have swung into action immediately, but they did not. They said, we are watching. Kerala police has not given us full information. Kerala police is not permitting us to question this man, etc., etc. Some bureaucratic replies were given. And finally, after 13 days or so, this Unlawful Activities Prevention Act, UAPA, that was also added to the FIR. And then NIA said that now we are taking over the case. Now, Kerala police says that this man is a radicalized man. He was continuously watching the shows of Zakir Naik and people like that. So obviously he is an Islamic terrorist. Now, who helped him? Who are all behind the curtain of this operation is yet to be identified. No other arrests have been made, though few people have been questioned. This is the status of the case. And as usual, I don't think NIA can do anything after passage of this much time. See, any criminal case, if investigated within 48 hours, you have to collect the evidence, everything. This fellow was caught by Maharashtra ATS within 48 hours, definitely. So immediately NIA should have investigated all their machinery, all their intelligence, everything should have come into place. And you know the speciality of Shaheen Bagh. Shaheen Bagh is the hub of this type of activities. So a man coming from Shaheen Bagh, and his father confirmed, yes, that is my son, we stay in Shaheen Bagh, etc., etc. It was too obvious. But why NIA did not take up the case? Or why Kerala police didn't hand over the case? Now, after 15 days, what is the evidence you are going to get? Finally, the whole case will collapse in a court of law. And this man will get, what is the punishment for burning 4 seats in a train? Maybe a month's simple imprisonment or something like that, which will be definitely on appeal. High Court will cancel that. And this nonsense is happening right in front of our eyes. I don't know whom to blame, but certainly I will blame NIA because it was their bounden duty to jump into this issue and take over the case. Nothing prevents them. They don't need even the permission from state government. For CBI, you need a state permission or a court order. NIA has nothing. NIA and Enforcement Director, these are the two enforcement agencies. And others are their income tax and the Department of Revenue Intelligence. These type of people don't need any permission from anybody to enter into a crime scene. Why did they don't they do that? I don't know. It's mysterious. Probably they are thinking that it is a very small thing because hardly anybody died in the fire. 3 people died, but they jumped out of the train, and that is why they died, not by the fire. So it could have been a major mishap, like Godhra. It did not happen doesn't mean that it's not a serious thing. See, the attempt and the act, both are criminal acts. You just hatch a conspiracy to kill 10 people. That in itself is like killing 10 people. Both you may get even the death penalty for this conspiracy. But nothing has happened in this case. I don't know. They left it open. And I don't think, sincerely, I'm telling you, I don't think anything will come out of this case. Thank you.
Mohandas ji, a couple of questions. You said that this man tried to put kerosene on the bogie. Was he doing it while the train was moving, or was it static in a station and that's when he did it?
No, it was moving at that time. Not in high speed though. It was slow speed. It was entering a bridge. Before entering the bridge, he lit the petrol, and the bogie crossed the bridge also. It was not such a big bridge. it crossed it, and several people, it is reported that 7 people pulled the chain in various bogies, and then the train stopped. So now he sprayed petrol. He had 2 liters of petrol with him in 2 bottles. 1 liter, see, he has put holes in the cap on the lid of the bottle, whole pet bottle, water bottle, and then he sprayed it everywhere, and then lit up the train. And the next bottle he could not open. By the time there was big commotion, and he also jumped out of the train when it stopped, and he vanished into the darkness. This is what happened.
I'm curious, Mohandas ji. See, you say that he was on the train and then he sprinkles it. That means he would have only been able to cover a small area of the bogie. It's not like, he was standing outside and he just did this while the train passed, and then he jumped on there and then tried to go to the other side and then light a fire. Is that what happened?
What he might have expected is, once you spray the petrol and then you ignite it, the fire will catch on its own, because it's all soft cushion, So the whole train will catch fire. That would have been, at least the whole, one coach will catch fire. That would have been his design. But probably he was an amateur in this type of operations. He is not properly trained. Or I think the luck of the passengers, whatever it is, it did not go beyond 4 seats. He could destroy only 4 seats. So that's how it happened.
Why I'm so curious is, you said that somebody supplied the logistics, food and everything, and then picked him up, put him on a different train, all that stuff. But even attempting something like this, I have a feeling there was probably more than one person involved to try and help this thing along. Just my gut feeling. I could be wrong, of course. Just curious that whether NIA is even investigating that angle.
See, the Kerala police themselves identified a particular area from which people have given him logistic support along with food. That area is, the representative of that area is Social Democratic Party of India, that is political arm of Popular Front of India. But the mere fact that SDPI is the ward member in that ward, you cannot arrest anybody under suspicion. You can question somebody, which Kerala police have done. But the investigation has to be very speedy and secretive. Of course, there was secret. Nothing came out what police is doing or not doing. I think police did a cover-up job, Kerala police. Because, there are ever so many sympathizers in Kerala police for Popular Front. They are on the payrolls of the Popular Front. They are ideologically inclined. They don't take money, but still they help. And then the Kerala government is patronizing Popular Front. They will not, they may make 1 or 2 arrests here and there and then release them. See, the Popular Front organized a big rally against the High Court of Kerala. Nothing happened. 11 people were arrested. They were later on sent out on bail, and the issue died down. Nobody knows what happened after that. Then there was a big rally of Popular Front in Alleppey, in which they said that Hindus and Christians be ready to die. We are coming. We are coming. This was the slogan. Approximately, the slogan was in Malayalam. They said, keep ready your tulsi and other things. And, Christians use a material after their death. Yes, sir, तैयार करके रखो, we are coming, we are coming. This was the slogan. And there was big hallagula, and around 25 or 30 people were arrested. Later on, released on bail, and the case did not proceed. This way, government of Kerala is giving protection, or rather they are patronizing whatever Popular Front is doing. Now, the Supreme Court has given bail to Abdul Nasir Madani. That is another group. People's Democratic Party, PDP. He is the leader of that, who is still in, limited bail. He cannot come out of Bangalore. So now he has been given permission to come to Kerala for 24 days or so, which will again bring back all these people into limelight. And they will campaign saying that we are innocent, we are being tortured, we are in jail for so many days, this, that. All sorts of drama will start in the name of human rights. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, like you said, timely action was the need of the hour. See, sometimes I don't trust BJP also, Mohandas, to be honest with you, whether they try to draw political capital out of every misery of the opposition. I don't think that is right. Law and order is law and order, and it has to be applied effectively and equally across everybody. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents. I tend to go on a rant on this. Let's take a look at the Vande Bharat controversy. Talk us through this, sir. What happened?
Before that,
Yeah.
before we close this issue, I'll tell you, right from the start of this Kerala gold smuggling incident, I have been publicly telling through my TV program and whichever TV channel I attended, I said, be careful. There are Popular Front, urban Naxals. Most of them are in Enforcement Directorate. Number 2 is Customs. Number 3 is NIA. In that order. So you are not going to get any result whatsoever with the present officers who are leading Enforcement Directorate, Customs, and NIA. This is what is happening. See, NIA Kerala is to be sanitized first. Customs in Kerala is to be sanitized first, and ED in Kerala is to be sanitized first. Probably even income tax is to be sanitized, and this type of element should be thrown out. If that is not done, you cannot do anything. And the funny part is that still the UPA advocate is continuing in Kerala High Court, even today. Though NIA is giving it to another Deputy Solicitor General, every case is being given to him. Officially, who is the NIA advocate, you ask the question, it is the old UPA regime man who is still holding the strings. And you think there will be fantastic results in Kerala. Nothing will happen unless these people are changed, or unless these agencies are sanitized perfectly and cleansed out by cleansed out of this
Okay, sir. Thank you for that. And let's take a look at what has been happening in the Vande Bharat Express. Can we have that slide, please? Go ahead, sir.
I'm unable to hear you.
I'm able to hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you fine. Just wait for a moment while we figure this thing out. We'll be right back. In the meantime, please like this video. Also, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel if you have not already done so. And also, please click on the bell button for notifications. And we will give you our Twitter handles at the end of this program. And if you are on Twitter, we request you to follow us on Twitter, because we give at least 5 to 10 news items every day. So we are having some technical difficulties. You can hear both of us, but Sri Mohandas ji is unable to hear me. So he is reconnecting, and here he is again. Go ahead, sir. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Now
okay. So Vande Bharat, sir. We just put up the picture of 25th of April being flagged off. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. See, there was a project named K-Rail, a high-speed project announced by Pinarayi Vijayan. Now, at the moment he started the land acquisition proceedings, there was big resistance from every corner. Every political party except his own party had apprehensions. People went on major strikes, shutdowns, because the project, everybody suspected it's not technically feasible. Even people like Metro Man Sridharan said this is not technically feasible. Don't acquire this much land. You take it via big pillars, like what they do in Japan, etc. You take it over, not to the ground.
Overground. Yeah.
Not over ground. It is technically not feasible because the speed he expected was around 200 kilometers per hour. Then 200 kilometers per hour, the Kerala earth will not withstand that much vibrations. So it's not technically possible. But then Pinarayi Vijayan was quite adamant on that. High Court intervened. There were a lot of agitations. Somehow he stopped the survey of land acquisition. But the project on paper is still on. And repeatedly, CPM people say that one day we will realize this dream of Kerala. We will attain 200 kilometers speed, etc. So this was the status. In between, Modi gave a surprise by announcing the first set of Vande Bharat trains to Kerala. He did it quietly through a press release of Integral Coach Factory, which was around 8 p.m. in the night. They released it in social media and other media, saying that tomorrow the empty rakes of Vande Bharat will reach Kerala. It was a caution note for all the railway stations and people associated with that, passengers also. Be careful, it's a high-speed train, so you should not be standing near the platform, etc., etc. So all hell broke loose because it was a surprise strike by Modi. It was a surgical strike on Pinarayi Vijayan's project. Because Vande Bharat was almost matching with the characteristics of Kerala government's Kerala. Only thing, Vande Bharat is running at a lesser speed because it is overground train. Not, it is going through the existing tracks. The existing tracks in Kerala, at few places, you can take 110 kilometers speed, not more than that. In other places, you have to slow down the train to 80 kilometers or 70 kilometers even. So what happens is your average speed for any train in Kerala remains at 65 or 70. Now, Vande Bharat they introduced and reduced the number of stops. So the total time taken reduced. And Vande Bharat trains are designed in such a manner that a normal train, if it stops for 2 minutes in a railway station, the total loss of time is 9 minutes for slowing it down, then stopping it for 2 minutes, then accelerating again to the original speed. In between, you will lose 9 minutes. For Vande Bharat, you need only 1 minute, 60 seconds to bring it from 100 kilometers to 0. Then from 0 to 100 also, only 1 minute. Total stopping time is 2 minutes. So 2 plus 2, then it needs hardly 4 minutes to stop the train and pick up the passengers and go. So in fact, Vande Bharat is giving a good, tough competition to Kerala. Now people started asking what is so big about Kerala. After all, there is only 1 hour or 1.5 hour difference between Vande Bharat and Kerala. So drop the project. This is the dilemma faced by the left. Now they don't know whether to welcome a train. After all, it is a passenger-friendly train. You have to welcome it. Now, if you welcome it, then your own cause, your own dream, Kerala, becomes a dream. It will remain a dream forever. So there is confusion. Congress is playing another card. Congress says that Vande Bharat came because of us. We are 19 MPs in Lok Sabha. We have been continuously pressurizing Modi government to bring Vande Bharat to Kerala. And ultimately, he succumbed to our pressure. Now, BJP says that, no. See, we promised so many things for Kerala. And this is one of that. One more train is coming. Now you see Kerala will be developing in high pace. And the credit goes to Narendra Modi government and Inter India BJP, therefore vote BJP, and Congress says therefore vote Congress, and CPM is in a dilemma. This is the Vande Bharat controversy. In fact, it's a good train, will give you good service, though they have not announced the exact timings and the charges. But if you go by social media and mainstream media even, the charges will be reasonable, slightly higher than Rajdhani, but much, much less compared to the rates which were announced for Kerala. And you have modern amenities, very good acceleration, a very good food, which we are not accustomed to, and very good toilets also. The toilets are made out of some material that is on which you cannot write. Your toilet graffiti is ruled out totally. So these are all good things which good citizens of Kerala expect from railway, and railway is giving that, though little late, but they have done it. Vande Bharat train is running throughout in Chennai. It runs between Coimbatore and Chennai with only 3 stops: Tirupur, Erode, and Salem. But Kerala, they have given 6 or 7 stops initially. So they are a little bit liberal about Kerala's passengers, because Kerala, see, there are no villages in Kerala now. Every place is a town, and everybody wants to have a stop of the train in front of their house. That is the situation in Kerala. So, but railway said that if you have to increase the speed, you have to reduce the number of stops. Anyway, they have given 1 or 2 stops more, and that is the as of now, that is the status. On 25th, it is sure that Narendra Modi is going to flag off the train, either from the originating station Trivandrum or the intermediate station at Ernakulam, that is Kochi. This is the Vande Bharat controversy.
Well, very interesting that the Vande Bharat in some states was welcomed with stones. I think West Bengal happened. I don't remember which other state also there was stone throwing on the new train. I'm thinking that what hope does the opposition have when they indulge in all these things and they think that they can still bribe the voter at the time of elections and get their vote? TG Mohandas ji, you are the one on the ground. I thought Kerala voter is a little bit smarter than that. What do you think? Are they going to also throw stones at this train?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so, because you see, Kerala voter, like any other state, they are very unpredictable. You do good things, you may not get good results. There is nothing like gratitude while voting, and it was so throughout history. Modi was, I don't think his vote share, if you divide into 3, that is anti-corruption, Hindutva, and development. Though he did a lot of developmental work, and Prime Minister himself and his cabinet feels that they are getting votes through this developmental thing. But if you closely watch, when the election campaign starts, Modi changes gear. First gear will be development, next gear will be anti-corruption, and the third gear, very near to the election, say 1 week ahead of the election, he changes to Hindutva. This happened in 2014 and 2019 also. This time also, you see, yesterday Amit Shah had a meeting on Common Civil Code. That's a burning issue. Now, Common Civil Code could be the main plank of BJP in 2024. They are slowly warming up to the idea, so that all this, if the development card doesn't click, anti-corruption card, of course, I don't think it will click, and they have to depend on Hindutva. Now, once your agenda is Hindutva, Kerala will have a problem. Of course, there are some good signals from Christian community, but I think that signals are not enough to convert the votes to seats. Though certain bishops said, you give me 300 rupees per kg for rubber, and I'll see that you are getting 4 seats in Kerala. I think that's a very big claim, tall claim, which the Christian church will not be able to fulfill. So political harvest may not be good, but it is a long-term investment. If not this election, next election, at least BJP can make, I mean, they can start their reaping seeds in Kerala.
Thank you so much, sir. And let's take a few questions now.
Okay, fine.
Magnet Ranga wants to know, Namaskar, shouldn't the NIA take over such cases immediately without waiting for long processes and red tape?
Now, yes, I am of the opinion, see, in the NIA Act, there are schedule of offences wherein NIA can just jump in the case and take over everything. And this case has every characteristics which can be put in the schedule offense of NIA. But NIA did not do that. They were waiting for, say, around 13 days to take over the.
Well, we have to wait and see what happens. I just want to acknowledge a few people here. Just 1 second.
You can just. I think it has come back.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So nobody need to hand over the case to NIA.
They can take it themselves.
To take the case. This is given in Section 6 of the NIA Act, wherein the Home Secretary refers a matter to NIA. If he thinks it fit, then NIA can start investigation immediately.
Mohandas ji, sorry to interrupt. I have a philosophical difference of opinion about how the recruitment into CBI, Enforcement Directorate, and NIA is happening today. All these are recruiting from the police, which people say are corrupt. So you think that the leopard will lose its stripes just because it's now, or spots, just because it's now in a new organization? This has to be a lateral entry. This has to be a special training. ED has to be, people have to really understand money laundering, financial crimes, white collar crimes before they can even start, unearthing stuff. CBI, same thing. And NIA is even bigger. They need to know explosives. They need to understand how signaling happens. They need to understand a lot more than what is being attempted. For example, I'll tell you one thing, Mohandas ji. Most of the communication inside between Sri Lanka and Tamil Nadu, this is the radical elements. They don't even use any of the WhatsApp or any software anymore. They are using radio frequencies that are not usually monitored. It's using, they have these tall towers. So there is a different approach. These people are much ahead of the government. What is the government doing? That is my question. Every time reacting, that's not the way. You have to be one step ahead of these guys. I haven't seen that policy paper from the government saying, yes, we need to do some special training for these 3 departments, and that's what is the need going forward. And I still feel that the BJP leadership, current leadership, is still all about winning elections. I mean, development is nice to have, but that doesn't solve the problem. For example, somebody starts throwing stones at Vande Bharat. If you don't crack down right away, it will become a fashion. My 2 cents, sir.
I'll tell you a stranger story. See, there is Cochin shipyard, and the shipyard got 6 or 7 bomb threats through email, saying that a bomb will explode in the shipyard at such and such time on such and such day. Even after getting 6 emails intermittently, in a gap of 2 months gap, someone was sending email. It was a hoax mail, nothing happened. But you should identify who is sending this mail. And the fellow was not changing the mail ID quite frequent. He was sending from the same mail ID. And even today, neither Kerala police nor NI, nobody could find out from where he is sending this email. Now, finding out the source of email Even an ethical hacker will do it, maybe within 1 or 2 hours. And he will say that this is the originating country, this is the server, this is location. But that did not happen. Now, by God's grace, shipyard did not went into flames. It's working even today. By the grace not of God, by this type of elements, because they can blow it up at any time. They have the capacity, but somehow they have not decided yet to blow it out. That is that is the strange thing.
Thank you, sir. I'd like to acknowledge VSS for your donation. Yes, the Hindu phobia resolution was passed condemning Hindu phobia in Fremont. You all remember that one incident where a Hindu family was sitting and eating in Taco Bell, and one supposedly Sikh American, or we don't know who it is exactly, but it was another somebody from our South Asian region. He came up and badmouthed them, and he was actually arrested afterwards. So the gentleman who got abused, his name is Krishnan Iyer, and he was also there at the time. And I have actually got a video talking about this event. We had coverage from the ground. Do watch that one. And that aired about a few hours ago. So you can get all the details about it. Well, this has to be done one city council, one state at a time. And please remember that this is an asymmetric information warfare. Most of the Hindu Americans are hardworking. They comprise 1% of the population of United States, and they provide 6% of the tax base. The other side, I don't know if they've even worked a single day in their lives. I don't want to generalize, but basically they are getting funding from people just to create these kinds of disruption. That I'm very sure. So how do you tackle this? Everybody needs to understand that it is their future that is being imperiled as we speak. For example, this SP 403 has already gone through 2 major revisions, and the revisions have not been shown to anyone. They don't have time to look at that. And then suddenly the Judicial Committee is asked to vote on it. So these are all bending of laws that is taking place. Something similar we saw in other city councils also when they were passing this anti-CAA resolution. For instance, 6 or 7 cities passed almost exactly the same text, verbiage, which means somebody wrote it for them. And won't they apply their mind to see, okay, what was the text in the previous city council resolution? Let me see that and compare and see if the same thing is being done here. What is wrong? Aren't the city council members at least that much intelligent to apply their mind? So I'm asking all these questions because these are the people who are lording over the citizens of the United States, making laws. Are they really applying their minds? That is the question. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. Thank you so much. And the next question, thank you so much, Jyoti Kapoor Das. You become a YouTube member of PGurus channel. And another question from Dom Gabriel for you, sir. How to get rid of communism ideology in Kerala, in your opinion?
See, communist ideology is dead. Let us give it a decent burial. Now, there is a party called Communist Party which is troubling you. That is the fact. Now, how this party is surviving is they made appointments through backdoor of thousands of their members at various levels. The major trade unions of Kerala, that is this NGOs, non-gazetted offices, not non-governmental organizations. This NGO is non-gazetted offices. Then organizations of teachers, teaching staff. There are hell of a lot of colleges and schools in Kerala, and the teaching staff runs into thousands or 10,000s. So all this paraphernalia is working for the betterment of the party, irrespective of other considerations, because they are being paid undue amounts. They make a lot of artificial corporations, commissions, and put their people there, former judges, former police officers, and their cadres. See, there has to be someone who knows the job to lead them. So they recruit former judges who are aligned to CPM and former bureaucrats, etc., who are aligned to them. They select them and put them as the head, and rest of the thing will be a temporary appointment, which will continue for years together. Then you go to High Court saying that I am working for so many days for this and I am not being made permanent. Then High Court will say that we will look into the matter. Till that time, you keep him in a permanent post. Yes, up karke one day they will be made permanent. This type of job was going on right from 1957. Now they have their people everywhere, in police, in judiciary, in advocacy, college professors, research scholars, everything. They can give a PhD through normal channel to their own man who doesn't know anything about the subject. Because there are people who will write a PhD thesis for you, who will get it approved. If somebody refuses to approve, they will change the committee and put another man who will approve it, and things like that. Now you see the artificial intelligence also has come. You go to Chat GPT and make a research thesis. It's very easy. It is done within seconds. And you transfer it and get your doctorate. And they start you paying 1 lakh, 1.5 lakhs per month. So this way, they have formulated a good machinery in Kerala. Now, how to break this machinery? Somebody has to be very ruthless in breaking that machinery, which the UDF failed to do for the past several years. When Karnagaran was there in Congress, these people will make the edifice. Next time the Karnagaran comes, he destroys the edifice. Then again they will make next election, again Karnagaran will destroy. This was done by Karnagaran and Antony. Now, Uman Chandi was not that smart enough. He could not destroy. He made his own ecosystem, but he never cared to destroy the left ecosystem. So the left ecosystem remained, even though they were out of power. For 5 years, they waited. And once they pounced, now they have become an invincible force. They control everything. They control elections. So it's very difficult now to make a change. But then what people will do is like what happened in Tripura. One day the people will stand up and say enough is enough. Now get out. So towards that, BJP has to do a lot of work. Because BJP themselves are riddled with all these problems. How can they make a progress when they themselves are not healthy? I will not say Kerala BJP is bad, but they are infested with various diseases like bribing, adjustments, give and take, so many things, which they are unable to control. Look at Karnataka, how people are leaving BJP. Big people like Jagdish Shettar and others, they are leaving BJP. It's a poor handling of the situation of BJP. Election is not a joke. You have to be very careful. You have to prepare for it well in advance. You have to look out who is likely to jump out of the party, whether we can afford that fellow to leave us, or we have to cajole him and put him back in track. All these things are to be done very carefully. Not that you have a great man, Modi, therefore everyone will vote for you. Is not a good assessment of not only in Kerala, throughout India, it's not a good assessment. So was Indira Gandhi. You remember Indira Gandhi? What was her cult? Then what happened in 1977? She lost everything. She couldn't even win her own seat. So unless you modify and purify yourself every day, every hour, you are in danger with such unpredictable voters like what we have in India.
Thank you very much, sir. I think that's all the question. Oh, there's one more question. VSS wants to know, do you think BJP is playing both sides? Have sideline Hindus? They are covertly lenient on M's in hope of getting 10 to 30% of their vote.
No, nothing like that. See, such questions emanate from some sort of over expectation from a political party. A political party, especially when they come to rule the administration, there are a lot of resistances, internal resistances. Bureaucracy may not agree. There may be threats from within, threats from outside. There will be informal threatening by other countries. You know, you cannot just, we are a democracy, so you cannot just bulldoze your ideas. Therefore, uh, the expectations which BJP or any other party raises in the minds of ordinary citizens, when they come to power, they are unable to put it into practice in the speed with which the common man expects. So common man gets disillusioned. That is what is happening. Now you see the main agenda of BJP, main agenda points were Ram Temple. Okay, Supreme Court did the job. BJP didn't do anything, though they took credit of that. Number two was removal of Article 370 that they did. Number three, the most contentious issue was this common civil code. To that, they are slowly proceeding. Now, you know, any government will not like to have any major conflicts in civil society. You cannot afford to have. We are 140 crores of people. We cannot afford to have daily riots and things like that, which happen during anti-CAA demonstrations. You see. So administration has to go very carefully, and therefore they make slow progress, and people become impatient, and they ask, "Oh, you have ditched the Hindus." Nothing like that. They didn't ditch Hindus. Let us give us some more time. Though somebody may think it is unfair. अरे क्या हो गया 9 साल हो गया अभी तक आपने कुछ नहीं किया ठीक है I understand that sentiments but I would request the viewers to keep patience for some more time. It is not as easy as you think. Thank you.
So there is also one other thing that I have to admit here, that the government 3 or 4 years ago came out with a new charter allowing people to establish Vedic universities. How many people have taken up their offer? Why have you not established Vedic universities? Because you can teach yoga, you can teach Ayurveda, you can teach many other things, Siddha Vaidya. All these things could have been done. Why have nobody stepped up? Especially in Kerala, where there is a fair amount of understanding of Sanskritam, and Ayurveda, started there. All the mulikais and all the herbs and everything. Why isn't anybody starting a Vedic university? You have a full permission now. You can get a Vedic university off the ground and start doing. Go back to your roots. What is stopping anyone from doing this? So these are just valid questions. I mean, they did do something. What did we do in return? So that's something that people should ponder about. Thank you so much, Mohandas. If you would like to add to this Vedic University, please feel free, sir. Then we can call it a wrap.
No, I would not add anything to Vedic University. But one thing, the government of India facilitates so many things which are of Hindu interest, but we don't take them seriously. I will tell you one small example of Padmanabha Swami temple. By God's grace, a judgment was given by Supreme Court in which Supreme Court said, let the administrative committee have one representative from Cultural Ministry of Government of India. Nowhere in the history of Kerala, central government was involved in a administration of a temple. And one of the biggest temple was handed over basically to Government of India, though there is Government of Kerala representative, judicial representative, Tantri, Pujari, etc. You have a say in that. And what progress you could make in Padmanabha Swami temple? Nothing. So talking so many things or wanting so many things is one thing. And working at the ground level is entirely different. That is why you see so many people will speak about government control of temple, but nobody is prepared to suffer the hardships of changing it. For changing, only you don't depend that, don't think that Modi will one day magically solve all your problems. Certain problems have to be solved by us. That is all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And viewers, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel and follow us on Twitter. Mohandas TG is Mohandas G's Twitter handle, and mine is 𝙒𝙖𝙪1, and PGurus is the company handle. Thank you once again, Mohandas Ji. Namaskar. We will see you again next Wednesday.
Thank you.